We're live.
What up? Let's get weird. It's your boy peeking like crazy. Let me turn this mic down. Tommy G here with the Thursday edition. I have no track of days, Bill. Now that there's no Thursday night football, I've lost all sense of what's Tuesday and what's Friday. Everything is just one college basketball day running into the next college basketball day. But I'm told that it's Thursday. So, Bill Rupp, how is your Thursday going?
Pretty good so far. Normal Thursday. Nothing different.
Well, it is a lot of NBA games tonight. That's different.
Yeah, but that hasn't happened yet. I mean, there's 6. Not really a lot.
Oh, well, but you said there was a lot. I didn't check. I just heard
A
you
lot
said
for a Thursday. Thursday's usually like 3.
Okay. And Rackets, how you doing today? You look tired.
I am fucking exhausted, bro.
What happened?
So tired. Australian
Any
tennis
fun
doesn't end
daddy stories or anything?
No, just tennis doesn't end until 9 in the morning, and then I gotta fucking put the kid on the bus and get some resemblance of sleep before this.
And then go back to sleep.
It's fucking awful. Yeah. So
Evan Hand, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. I would like everybody to know that we are now on Rumble and also
Rumblin',
run
bumblin',
up
stumbling.
our podcast platform, Spotify, Apple, Stitcher, literally wherever. So leave a review on that, please.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people don't know that we have the podcast. I mentioned it last time, and a lot of people checked it. You guys can listen to this on podcast form. So you can go over there too, like Evan just said, pretty much every podcast outlet out there. Just search Stay Cashin. And we're going to be doing some things starting, I believe, in February, probably once the Super Bowl ends. The podcast, we're going to start chopping it up into smaller segments and stuff. So that those of you that like the banter, you'll have a segment for that. Those of you that like the college basketball picks, you can go check those. That's something that's coming probably in the next, I'll say, month or so. So, Evan, any headlines or important things to discuss here?
Before we get to you shitting on Sean Payton, actually, Pandemonium just donated $5 and says,
Let's go, Pandemonium.
He said, what does it mean when FanDuel asks if you're a bot? Are they hacking my account?
No, actually, let's talk about this for a second. First of all, Pandemonium, thank you for the charitable donation. But me and Bill have been screaming on the phone about this for a long time. Not just if they do the press and hold thing to make sure you're not a bot, right? And Brett, why don't you not make fun of the guy that gave $5 and give $5 yourself? Right? Bam. It's they're masking to see if you're a bot, but Bill, they're also locking us out because of 2-factor authentication. They're kicking us out saying our passwords are wrong. We bitched about this on Rupp and Rackets and on the Discord recently. Rackets, you've been going through it. Every day, it's like 5 or 6 times I have to prove that I'm me in order to log into my fucking FanDuel account. Every day.
Not only that, you have to click refresh like 4,000 times to get your balance to show up.
Yeah, and then it says show
irritating.
balance sometimes, and then it'll white. When it does the worst one, Bill, is the one you've been getting recently, is the show balance thing, because you can't even see the games.
Can't see nothing.
You can't see anything. So at least when you can't log in, you can read lines. Like, you can't even see the game.
Awful. So I've been doing a little bit of asking around. Seems like MGM paid out the tickets. It seems like FanDuel did not.
But did not pay them, or they're still in pending?
From what?
So why don't you guys write in the YouTube chat if you had our Bengals futures in, because I don't do my futures on FanDuel. I give them out on FanDuel and DraftKings.
FanDuel
Hold on one second, Bill. So let me just tell them what it is. I'm just explaining to them what it is before you tell them what's paying out. So I don't do my futures on FanDuel or DraftKings. A lot of us use shadier things or outlets to do that. Bill likes to do it at the window with a ticket. I like to use offshores and things like that. But so I don't have them on FanDuel or DraftKings. But what a lot of people are saying, to pivot to what Bill's about to say, is the Bengals over 9.5 wins. People on TikTok and other outlets were saying they were going to the window, and not only were they not paying them out, they were not giving them their initial stake back. So this kid put $2,000 on it, went to the window. Not only did they not give him $4,000 for the even money bet, they didn't even give him his 2 back, supposedly, on it, because they didn't play 18 games. So Bill has been undercover asking the subscribers what's going on with your accounts. So tell us in the YouTube chat while Bill's talking if you did have Bengals over 9.5 bets on the sites and if they paid them out. Bill, carry on.
So yeah, MGM supposedly paid out 9.5, 10.5, 11.5, and voided the 12.5. So
that makes sense.
First they marked it as a loss, but then people complained, and then they got their money back. So they voided it. and then they're saying FanDuel voided the 9.5s. Your bet.
Okay, so I need confirmation on that.
That was
they
from,
voided that. If they did, we need to go absolutely batshit on
that
them.
was from Zab in our chat.
And did you complain to customer service? Because everyone should be complaining like fucking crazy that a player didn't die on the field. Therefore, you lost your over 9.5 bet wins when they fucking won that 3 weeks ago.
He said his friend. I asked him because he bets local book, but he said his friend on FanDuel said he got a push. Also, I said, "Are you sure?" And he says, "That's what he told me." He sent me.
I just want to hear I trust Zab. I need to see it from someone in here. I need to see a screenshot from someone in our Discord showing void on that bet. Because those of you who had the Tommy G futures guide, 40% of my futures bets were Bengals bets. We had Bengals over 9.5 as a max. We had Bengals to make the playoffs as a max. Bengal to make the championship game plus 550. Super Bowl plus 2,200. Most wins in the AFC should have got watched. We had that for 2,500. And then we had Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow props, which half of them hit and half of them would have hit. So I don't know what happened to you guys with those. So I'm very curious to know. But we destroyed the whole Bengals slate on the futures guide. You seen anything new, Bill? Does anyone have a screenshot?
Zab's gonna text his friend and see if we can get.
Yeah, I don't know how 9.5 can't cash. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my fucking life, especially considering the circumstances. Like, that wasn't just they didn't play a game. Like, the league broke the rules of the NFL to not play the game. So I'm very curious to see in what world that doesn't cash. How that's fucking possible. Rackets, have you seen or heard anything about it?
No, but nobody seems to talk about the fact that those 18-game or 17-game rules, whatever you want to call them, those are in place for the overs or for the unders. I'm sorry, they're not in place for the overs,
right?
Because you're actually giving the book a better fucking line if you're playing one less game to get the over. Those
exactly.
lines are for unders.
Exactly. That's absolutely ridiculous. It's just not possible that's happening. By the way, the other 3 max bets from the guide on the win totals: Bills over 11.5, cash it; Vikings over 8.5, cash it; and Joey Rackets Colts under 10.5, cash it. So undefeated on max bets on win totals. What else we got, Harry?
Well, in one of the most shocking and ironic events of all time, Dana White has launched a new sport called Power Slap. Have you guys heard of this?
Yes, he launched it actually.
It was in November.
It was months ago. This has been going on for months. It's just supposed to debut now, Bill. Power Slap League. What?
So stupid.
No, forget stupid. He just slapped his wife.
He just power slapped his wife.
What are the odds that? I mean, we're in such a simulation. It's not even funny. The scripted shit that we go through on a daily basis and ignore. Rackets, what are the odds he starts Power Slap League and slaps his wife fucking right before?
What a great promo! Should have just fucking debuted it right at the end of the TMZ tape. Power Slap League coming in a month.
You can show everyone how to do it right.
Great at marketing.
Yeah, dude, he's fucked on that. Because here's the Bill. Me and you were talking about how he's going to try and keep this out of the media, right? There's been no UFC. For him, it couldn't have happened at a better time, right?
Well, it's the first UFC weekend, so that's the time he'll be answering.
So now it's coming up a little bit again, right? Ariel Helwani's trying to make sure to bring it up because they fucking hate each other. But, I mean, you couldn't have asked for a better time for bad news to break about you personally than the day Damar Hamlin drops dead on the field, right? So that happened. He's going to try and keep it out of the news, Bill, which he's going to be able to successfully do by just ignoring it and bullying reporters. They'll stop asking about it because they're afraid of him because he's a dictator. But he can't launch Power Slap League because if you launch Power Slap League, you're putting slap back in the media next to your name. So what do?
You're screwed.
He spent like probably a year and a half building this league and at least months filming it. He's fucking he's in a lot of trouble with this league. He might have to just shut this league down. Because
I think I would be good at announcing that league.
I think you'd be good announcing anything. You're an insane person.
Dana, you want an announcer? I'm your man.
Bill loves getting involved, Rackets, with like the worst things for the brand. You know, like everything that like could be like horrible for his brand. That's what he wants to do. You think you should be in it, Bill?
My first slap would be to Tommy G.
Bro, you don't want to get in a slap contest with these fingers, buddy.
Oh,
there's a lot of torque here. Bro, there's a lot of torque here, dude. I will put this across your whole fucking face.
I'm like,
and I have slap fighting. I have a resume already of me slap fighting. I will destroy you in a slap fight. You've already seen me in slap fighting. Me and Bill in a slap fight, Rackets. Be two guys who can't move, swinging off one leg like Kyler Murray throwing a football, swinging like this.
look like two guys in the old folks' home.
Yeah, we'll wind back to fucking just fall. It'll be a disaster. I'll find out about my hip this weekend or next week, so hopefully that'll be different. But Evan, do you think the league takes place? I think he's got to fucking can it.
I don't think it's a great idea,
branding.
but they're posting promos. Like that's why I shouted out Rumble, because there's a video when I was going to check it today. They posted it 19 hours ago. So I don't think it's very entertaining, and I think it's stupid as fuck, but
you ever seen Power Slap League? That shit's awesome.
I watched the promo. I can play it if you want.
No, I'll probably get in trouble. But I would say if you want to play it with me and Bill could tag team Versum Rackets and Power Slap. We got two sets of paws coming at you.
Not slapping anyone.
Slapping. You just said you wanted to slap me.
Yeah, but I don't want to slap Rackets and Evan.
You just want to slap me?
That's it.
That's true too. I don't want to slap them either, and I really want to slap you. What else we got?
Tua and Lamar Jackson are both going to miss this weekend, and it seems like Lamar
is that confirmed with Lamar? I don't think that's fact.
Yeah, Lamar, I haven't heard yet.
I don't think is that true? Is that you getting that from TikTok like Bill Rupp?
Tua definitely, because the line went
Tua's not playing.
Points. Lamar, I haven't heard yet.
I don't know. Can you source that, E? I haven't heard that that's official. I heard he wasn't in practice again.
Yeah, he's not practicing, and it's Thursday, so I would assume that. But I guess it's a very different headline there. We have a responsibility to the people here.
Tua's definitely here. We know that.
Tua's out. The question with the Dolphins is Bridgewater. Is Bridgewater officially out? Because that's the big difference. I think Bridgewater is just as good for this offense, if not better.
I just told you that other guy's starting the game.
Yeah, Skyler's supposed. But again, this is everyone's saying. I've read this 5 different times in different places that people are doing things that isn't confirmed. Like, is it 100% confirmed that Skylar Thompson's starting the game?
From what we've seen.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm not looking for what we've seen. Like, we need facts.
I'm not seeing any reports.
Yeah, I haven't seen it official that he's starting. Maybe I'm wrong. I haven't been dive. There's no point to dive into this 3 days before the games. They don't play until Sunday. But to look ahead at this, they're gonna get killed. They're gonna get beat by 30. Like, they're gonna get fucking slayed if that isn't Bridgewater, or it's not gonna be Tua. But if that isn't Bridgewater in there, that line has already jumped to 13.5, and it's still too low. Like, they're gonna be Brackets. What are the Bills gonna beat the Dolphins with Skylar Thompson coming off DeMar, first playoff game in Buffalo with fucking DeMar Hamlin madness going on there?
30.
Beat him by 1 million.
All right, I just got some news. I got the actual ticket. FanDuel did pay out 9.5, 10.5, 11.5.
Told you.
Voided 12.5.
This is why we don't go off speculation. I told you. There's no chance. That would have been all over the internet. So, let me see. Teddy Bridgewater was limited in practice on Wednesday. Limited practice the week before, suiting up for Sundays when it behind started. Head coach McDaniel said Wednesday that the Dolphins are preparing for Thompson to draw another start. So, no, that's not confirmed. So, we still got to wait for Bridgewater news. We still got to wait for Lamar news. And I was right that they cashed the over 9.5 tickets. So, a lot of speculation gone wrong so far here on Stay Cashin show. But Rackets, I think Bridgewater is actually as or more competent than Tua if he were to play.
Yeah, it's close.
He's an accurate short passer. That's what he does, and that's what you need to do when you have Waddle and Tyreek Hill. But we'll see with that. It's probably going to be Skyler, and if it is, they're going to lose by 1 million. What else we got, Harry? We'll get into football in a second.
Yeah, go ahead and go off about Sean Payton.
Sean Payton sucks. I want your guys' opinion on it before I blast off. But, Bill, what do you think of this hype that everyone's talking about? Sean Payton. Where's Sean Payton going to go?
I spoke about that last show. He was in my little thing when I gave you that little quiz of who you would like.
Mm-hmm. Right. But what do you think? That was just a quiz on who I'd like. What do you think?
Other than that, I have no opinion on it. Is he really that good? Because he won. So,
No.
listen, but the bottom line is everybody's grabbing at straws to find a coach, right? There's nobody, everybody's either been used before and sucked, or had success and came and sucked, or they're trying out fucking guys who used to be fucking, different, lower level people.
Dude, the Jets took the offensive coordinator who was Brian LaFleur, who's a failure at Green Bay's brother,
Mike.
Younger brother who did nothing.
Guys who
his resume was basically, my brother sucks. That's his resume.
Yeah. Baseball's got sports agents doing it. So
Rackets team got fucking a former center/announcer, coaching a team in the middle of the season.
Guy who's never coached higher than high school.
I'm telling you, man, the first thing I told Bill when I met him,
Listen, Tommy, they might as well go and hire that guy from the House of Representatives who says he was a college football
Santos, yeah.
Santos said he was a college football coach, so maybe he could say he coached in the NFL and lie about that and get the job.
One of the first things I turned Bill around on was when I met him and told him that I can coach any team pretty much. I can coach 80% of the teams in 80% of the leagues and be more successful than them. And he was like, yeah, you think coaching's so easy. Now, Bill, I think, is coming around to realize how much of a joke the coaches are in these leagues. Rackets, what's your take on Sean Payton?
I think he took that year off just to get out of New Orleans. I think it was just a whole ploy just to get out of his contract with New Orleans and because Breeze was gone. So why does he want to stay there then?
And he's the reason for Taysom Hill's contract.
He's the reason. Yeah, they signed Taysom Hill to contract.
That's
he's the one who forced the worst contract in the history of football. That was his fault.
Yep. And it was 2 weeks later that he left.
It was all him. And then when it went to shit, it was his fault that happened. They spent all that money and couldn't spend on other players. He literally put the Saints into their little slide personally on one contract. And my favorite thing is everyone's talking about what's his face? Payton. Sean Payton to the Cardinals. Do you know why they're talking about Payton to the Cardinals? Because McAfee just posted the clip. He is obsessed with Kyler Murray. He was more obsessed with Kyler Murray coming out of college and even after his first couple of years than any coach. He said he's one of the greatest talents he's ever seen in his life and going to be an absolute Hall of Fame level superstar. This is who you want running your team? Someone who gave fucking Taysom Hill $100 million as a quarterback and is obsessed with Kyler Murray? Good. Go to Arizona, Peyton. Go to Arizona. You're an average coach. That's all you are. The dude won one Super Bowl, and it was the Katrina miracle. And fucking crazy shit happens when hurricanes and shit like that happen to cities. Those teams always manage to rise up and do something miraculous. Everyone talks about how he got fucked. Oh, he should have more Super Bowls, but they got fucked on that pass interference call against the Rams. I will pay someone to go back and watch that game. I was in a bar. I believe I was with Trevor in the chat, who is GOAT in our chat, at the bar. That was the single worst coached game I have ever seen in my entire life. They should have beat the Rams by 50 in that game. It should have never come down to that pass interference call. He fucked that whole game up. That whole game. He fucks every game up. He's terrible. He's had 14 years of Drew Brees. So when people talk about his regular season record, he had one of the best quarterbacks in the history of football for a decade and a half. He's literally Mike McCarthy. He had one Super Bowl win. Who was it? I got to give the kid credit. Some kid from Barstool wrote something like a year ago. Stephen Chi. So Sean Payton, 15 seasons, 10 winning seasons, 9-8 playoff record, one Super Bowl. Mike McCarthy, 15 seasons, 10 winning seasons, 10-9 playoff record, one Super Bowl. They're the same guy. McCarthy had Rodgers, he had Brees. They're the same exact fucking coach. They're underachieving losers, and he hasn't won more than one playoff game in a season since 2009. That's fucking 15 years ago. He's average. Stop talking to me about fucking stupid Sean Payton. He sucks. And he's got all the controversy around him, Bill. The dude's had more controversy than almost any coach in football. Right?
I mean, that's going to be your guy, bud.
No, he's not going to be our guy. We have Rob Saleh. They're not getting rid of him. We just fired our offensive coordinator, Evan. Thank God.
He fucking sucked.
Yeah.
The quarterback situation didn't help him, but he sucked.
Evan, I need to talk to you about what I've been telling you for 8 weeks. Do you realize now that Mike White is fucking hot garbage? I forgot to bring this up to you.
Listen, He was still hurt this Seattle game.
Oh, shut up! We're gonna make excuses for Mike White and not Zach Wilson.
He's a great guy. I don't like Zach Wilson, but Mike White's a great guy.
Mike White had 2 great games out of 9 starts, and Evan loves him.
We do have breaking news, apparently. Jim Foister wants me to tell you that Aubrey Huff got his Twitter back.
That was 2.5 months ago.
Yeah, it was a long.
he put it in the chat. Don't kill the messenger.
Yes. Thank you, Jim. But that was 2 months ago. Tommy G still did not, and probably never will because they fucking hate me. Anything else here before we switch gears?
Nothing.
Let's do we'll do wildcard preview last. Okay. Can you text Howie, see if he's coming on? If so, I'll stall the college basketball segment. We'll back it up. But we're gonna go. Howie might be joining us. He had a meeting at 2:00. He might not be out in time. I'll go through. I have a few college basketball bets for you guys. Bill, you got some NBA stuff?
Yeah, a little bit.
You don't have to do it right now. Rackets, do you have any tennis stuff while we stall to see if Howie's coming on?
Yeah, I'll get one out. Paula Badosa minus 140 tonight, 10:30. It's a WTA Adelaide. I think it's only on. You're only gonna find it on DraftKings, though. I don't think you're gonna see it on FanDuel.
All right. Let's go into college basketball. Right now, let me pull up my sheet. I am looking at it's an interesting slate today. There actually are a lot of games I like today. Some horrible beats over the last few days. Just some disgusting. Someone posted that San Diego beat up like 18 with 11 minutes left, and they ended up losing. And if you had 3.5, the craziest ending you've ever seen in a sporting event to blow a line. But we're gonna keep trudging through this right here with this slate. It's not a big name slate. There's not a lot of fucking high level teams playing today. But in my mind, I have like 12 potential bets pointed out. I'm gonna give you guys a few right here. I'm just gonna run through them. I'm not gonna break down too much why. I think it's 6:30 this game starts. I like Bellarmine minus 130. I hate calling him Bellarmine, even though that's what you're supposed to call him. I like calling him Bellarim because that's what I called him when they first started winning us money years ago. But Bellarmine, 6:30 p.m. Against Stetson. I like them minus 130. I like next game here. These are going to be some teams you're going to be like, what the fuck? But this is where we make our money. UMKC. Keep in mind, some of your books are going to show this team as Kansas City. Some of them are going to show them as UMKC. It's the same team. So Kansas City minus 120. I like them today a lot. I really like this Tennessee Tech bet. Tennessee Tech is going. Hold on one second. Let me find this. Tennessee Tech is playing Morehead State. This is just an interest. This is just a complete trap line. Tennessee Tech 6-11 plays in the OVC. Morehead State 10-7 plays in the OVC. And Tennessee Tech's favored by 1.5 in this game. This just looks like just screaming to the public. I'll pull up the money movement here. I would bet my life that this is a shady line. Yep, there you go, Rackets. I didn't even need to look at it. Tennessee Tech's minus 1.5, Rackets. The line has moved to 2 in some spots or held at 1.5. You with me?
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee Tech is 6-7 in the same conference. They're 10-7. Morehead State is now +2 at some books or the same with 74% of the bets and 97% of the money.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's crazy. The better team with the better record is going against the line with 74 and 97% of the money. Tennessee Tech by 1 million today. They're going to win that game for sure. And then we have one more, which is Portland. Just pull this one up. I have my sheets all fucked up today. Not Portland State. I know anytime there's two teams with similar names, every time just jumps to the first thing you're looking at. Portland tonight. This is actually going against one of my love children, San Francisco. Made us a bunch of money early in the year. Line looks really suspicious in this one also. Portland +2 in this spot. If you see, this will be a regular size bet for now. If you see that line move to where Portland's +1.5 or moves towards a pick'em, we're going to hit Portland pretty hard. But they opened at 2.5. They're catching like 25% of the money. They're down to +2. If this drops to under +2, we're just going to take the money line on Portland there. So there are 4 for you guys, and I'll give you a parlay that I'm doing. I want Oregon today. I don't really trust laying that 5.5, 6 points. So there's 2 other games I like that the spreads were just a little high. So I'm just going to use those other 2 games to prop this down to a plus money play here. I'm going to take Oregon money line, UCLA money line. UCLA's laying 12. We're taking the -700 just to prop up the juice. You don't have to. And Southeast Missouri State. So that's plus 102 for those three big favorites parlayed together on the money line. That will be it for my college basketball. I have about 4 or 5 more plays for the subscribers that will be coming. But that is your college basketball review. Do we have Howie, or is he still in the meeting?
Still in the meeting.
Okay, cool. Let's move it over. Silly Billy Rupp, let's move to the hardwood. What do you like in the NBA here? Still killing the first baskets, probably hitting them at like fucking 70%. I'm sure you have a couple more for us tonight.
Yes, I do. All the info isn't up yet because of lineup. So MGM doesn't have a lot of the first team baskets, but I'm going back to at 7 o'clock, Joel Embiid. First basket, plus 240. And guys, don't forget to do the first team baskets too, because like the other day we had Jokic and we hit both. We actually hit both. What was it? The 2 days.
Siakam.
Yeah, Siakam too. Actually we hit 3.
And you should have hit Jeremy Grant when I wrote it.
We hit 3 in that game, Tommy. Because Siakam scored the first basket. He scored the first basket for his team. Then we had LaMelo Ball first basket and first team basket also in that game. And LaMelo.
So you hit first basket and first team on both sides.
Yeah.
It's crazy, dude. I'm very slow to come around to betting anything in the NBA because I just hate the sport. It's my own little internal protest against the worst sport in America. But, I see our cappers and Aber and Healy and Bill and all Hoffman and all them will have these hot streaks. And Bill's on this fucking insane first basket heater where I'm like, I just can't buy into it. I can't believe that this is possible. And now I've been watching them. And, like, even when they don't hit it, they're, like, taking, like, the first shot and they're missing it.
Jeremy Grant.
Yeah, like Jeremy Grant. I bet the Jeremy Grant thing. Wasn't mad about it at all because he got the first shot. That's all you can do is just take the first shot. You can't make them make it. But even Jokic last night, like, won the tip, had the ball in the paint and just decided to pass it out, but had an easy turnaround jumper. So very interesting, Bill, what you've come on to here. And I'm enjoying sprinkling them in my parlays just to jack them up.
NBA is just everything's crazy. Like
it's a retarded sport. It's a retarded.
Giannis yesterday, for Giannis to score 7 points and to play the whole game.
Yeah,
7. I think that might be the lowest points he's ever scored.
It has to be.
It's got to be 7
in a league that doesn't play any defense.
Yeah. And still get Bill the double-double because he had 10 assists.
Double-double because he had 19 rebounds or something and 10 assists.
I'm going through, like, retrograde for the last week and a half. You are on the opposite, so it's coming to you in, like, a day or two.
I slept the NBA last night. Only bet I lost was I sprinkled a little bit on the Knicks to lose when they were up by 20 because the Knicks have been blowing leads. And they did blow the lead, but it was just too late.
Yeah.
But, yeah, 3-0 again on the parlays. So jump on in, and I got 2 more first baskets tonight.
And by the way, just someone in the chat's asking, where do you find first basket on FanDuel? The first basket is defined.
It's the very first.
But the first team basket is actually not on FanDuel. That's only on MGM. So on FanDuel, just go into the game and you'll see it right there. It's first basket, and it'll give the players. But first team basket is only on MGM.
I've got 2 more for later tonight, guys, that are first basket and first team basket that I love. Sign up to get in on it.
Oh, damn. He sounded like he was about to drop those, and then he just just cliff hung him. Just hung him off a cliff.
I might give out one for free later on Twitter.
Well, I mean, first of all, we got to see. The likes are nowhere near the place where they deserve extra. I mean, this is embarrassing,
84?
Evan.
The fuck
I mean,
that?
It's embarrassing.
Unbelievable.
And I'm one of them. So that's 84.
I mean, I'm one of them. Fucking Evan's one of them. Fucking. This is embarrassing. Embarrassing. That you guys are doing so good. Why can't anyone just keep anything up? Why can't millennials just fucking do something and keep doing it? Why does he always have to be recoached on the same thing 3 days later?
Tommy, my kids were great up until Christmas. The day after Christmas, they've been fucking atrocious ever since then. It's like, you guys were great for a month and a half. What changed?
I mean, have you ever watched Punisher 2? I'm watching it right now. Rewatched Punisher, the series, and then I'm watching season 2 of the series. Right? It's a fantastic show. But he keeps saving the young millennial girl's life like 1,000 times, and she keeps trying to escape. And then he grabs her and he's like, "What are you doing? I'm keeping you alive." And then he makes a joke about millennials. Is it what's wrong with you? And it's so true. I'm watching, like, they're so stupid. So fucking simple. Log in, push the button. Jesus Christ. There you go, Evan. Are you happy now?
That was very good.
Yeah, leave some comments, too. Comments, likes, share. Do something. Jesus.
But, yeah, I have
Jesus.
I put together my alt-player parlays. Like I said, I killed last night again. I will have more once the lineups are exact because there's a lot of, even though there's only like 6 games tonight, there's a lot of good scorers in there. LeBron is back. They're playing the Mavs. That should
keep in mind, the two of those games are going to go to shit. Which are the 2 TNT games?
Well, the Nets, Boston, and which might be a blowout because there's
no, it will be. It's no sweat Thursday, Bill.
There's no Durant.
Yeah.
So I see Brown and Tatum just taking that fucking game over.
The last 4 weeks of these no sweat Thursday promos for fucking FanDuel have been disgusting bloodbaths.
The other one is Dallas at the Lakers. So
yeah, good luck. Good luck. Bet some unders. I'm gonna be betting some under parlays on fucking those disasters. All right, what are we on to next, Evan?
NHL.
Let's move that orange thing there. Let's get to NHL. I got a few NHL plays. I got 2 that I like. Bill, I'll let you go first. Let me see what you're on. I know you have a couple plays.
I got Mikko Rantanen.
Rantanen.
Rat-a-tat-tat. Rat-a-tat. Like that. There you go. Just call him rat-a-tat.
On the Avs. He scored the other day. He's on he scored 3 out of the last 4 games. So I'm gonna take him to score a goal. And I'm going back.
I love Bill's analysis.
Missile. The meat.
Are you going to the meat missile? Let's go.
Meat Missile hasn't scored in a couple games, so
time
for it to happen.
I pussied out on McDavid yesterday. I had McDavid all over the
place.
place.
Ride the Meat Missile.
Ride the Meat Missile. You want to ride my Meat Missile?
So Meat Missile plus 112. Ratatouille plus
Ratatouille. There you go, Bill. There you go. We'll just keep. See, that's the thing. If you're gonna mispronounce the names, just make fun of them. Just make them something different. That's a old Tommy G trait.
Ratatouille.
Serious radio. So I'm going to be taking 2 plays today, one of which is the Red Wings. I like the Red Wings in this spot. Red Wings plus 128. That line moved a little bit. Yeah, I think I had plus 130 down. Plus 128 on the Red Wings against the Maple Leafs there at home. Pussied out on the Red Wings the other day. I was going to bet them and didn't. Going right back to it. I like the way this is. Ton of money coming in on the Maple Leafs. No action on the line. Lines dropped 30 cents with 80% of the money. So definitely going with the Red Wings there. And I like the Canucks in this spot. I think I'm going to go with the 1.5. I'm probably going to sprinkle the plus 230, but I'm really getting sick. Bill, you've seen it firsthand. I've been doing fantastic with my NHL bets. When they lose, they all lose in the fucking overtime. I mean, I have had literally so many overtime NHL losses. Plus 158, plus 138, plus 112, plus 165, plus 170, and plus 195. All lost in overtime. That's just since December 30th. So I'm taking the plus 1.5 here on the Canucks. I do like a little sprinkle. It's about even money. I think it's minus 105. But I do like a little sprinkle on the plus 220. I think you could bet the team total too. How about that? The 2 losses in hockey I had the other day, Bill. Fucking Canucks go up 3-0 in the first period. 3-0 is a plus 170 doggy in the first period, and they're tied by the end of the first period. Couldn't even make it out of the first period with the lead. Up 3-0, 10 minutes in. Didn't even have time to hedge. It happened so fast.
What I think is weird tonight, a little strange.
Retrograde.
So the Bruins are minus 245, right?
Uh-huh.
They are undefeated at home. 19-0-3. Playing Seattle, who is
the Kraken.
Who is great on the road. I believe 14-4. Minus 245. This could be Boston's first loss at home this season.
Money's weird. I mean, you got 80% of the public on the Bruins, and you got 80% of the money on the Kraken. So, money's on the right side. You got that inverse fucking.
A little bit weird. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna watch it for a little while today, but that might be time for their first loss at home. We'll see.
Wow, bold prediction by Silly
I
Billy
hate
Rupp.
betting against the Bruins.
Bold prediction, Evan. You hate moving that orange thing, don't you?
It's moved.
No, it isn't. It's still on CBB, isn't it?
No, it's
No,
moved.
it's on NHL.
Oh, my thing froze. Okay.
It's been moved for forever.
All right, good. All right, so it was my screen. Good job, E. I take
Evan was just mad that Bill was talking shit on the Bruins.
Yeah, fuck
yeah. But, Evan, what do you think about Bill declaring a loss for your Bruins?
Nah.
I didn't
W.
declare
Oh,
it.
Evan just gave you the nah, bro.
We're too good right now.
This could
gave
be
you nah, bro.
and I don't like betting against Boston.
Could also be their 20th home win.
It can be both.
100%
It can
could
very clearly be both. Bill's leaving himself an out there. Take a stand, Bill. Are they losing tonight or not? Don't do the Tommy G thing. Let's see. Take a stand.
Someone's ringing my doorbell. I got out of that one.
Oh, Jesus. All right, let's move over to the NFL wildcard preview here. Obviously, we got a show tomorrow where we're going to go a lot more in depth. There are a couple plays I think you need to get in now, especially if you're on DraftKings. We kind of ran through a high-level first look, but let's kind of focus a little bit here on these Saturday games while I have me and you, Rackets, just because I know we're going to be on the opposite side of one of them. Let's talk about the Jaguars game here. I personally think this line is a little weird. I'm very interested to see. I know you're going to be on the Jaguars. You know I'm going to be on the Chargers. We're going to be fighting in the chat for sure. It's going to be fun. All
Line
Saturday.
movement's going towards me though.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. Is it?
A little bit. It opened at 2.5, and it was down to 1. I haven't looked at it in a couple.
Yeah, it's 2.5 on FanDuel. It's just bouncing. It's as long as it doesn't go to 0 or 3, it's kind of in a meaningless area, right? Like that 1 to 2. Like it doesn't mean anything because you're not keeping anyone off it. The money's pretty much split evenly. You're looking at about 60% of the bets, 59% on the Chargers, 54% of the money. So it's nothing drastic. We still got time to go. Not even the 4th highest ticket count on the board. So that's going to explode come Saturday. Why do the Jaguars win this game? Let me ask you that because we're on opposite sides.
I mean, you can use. I don't really like using the Week 3 comparison, but 38-10 in Week 3, and that was in Los Angeles too. So the Jaguars are on the road that game. I understand there was no Keenan Allen, but I don't really think that there's going to be Mike Williams this week. They're saying that he's going to practice, but the dude couldn't even walk on Sunday, so I don't think he's going to end up playing. Even if he does, one shot to the back and he's going to be out anyways. And I just think the defensive line is just a little bit better. You can run the ball on the Chargers. The Jags are going to run the ball, and Lawrence is just efficient, man. He's gonna complete 70% of his passes. He's gonna throw 2 touchdowns. It's gonna be a close game, and give me the better defense with basically the same quarterback.
I mean, so one of the things you got to worry about here, Trevor Lawrence himself is questionable coming into this game. Like he's obviously playing, but he was limited in practice yesterday with a toe. So
yeah, he's been limited with the toe though the last couple weeks. He didn't run too much last week.
Keep in mind the last couple weeks though, Rackets, he has a combined 1 rushing yard.
Yeah.
If he doesn't run, they're dead. The only way
I think he does run this week. I think he does.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think there's something going on with that toe. For Trevor Lawrence to have, coming off 32, 7, 21, 51 to go to 2 for 4 and 4 for -3 on the ground, and now he's limited Wednesday in practice. I don't know. I think this game screams Chargers. I think the Chargers have the better assets. I think they're the better team. I think their defense has been playing good of late. And I think everything I've seen from Lawrence in big games, I mean, everyone really is focusing on that Jets game, on how great he was. But, I mean, the Jets fucking 3-and-outed and gave him the ball at the 50 every single time, and he couldn't convert a touchdown. It was just nothing but field goals on that team, and he ran for 60 yards. So if he's going to rush for 50, 60 yards, great. But, I mean, the dude's – I don't think he's as good as everyone else does. There's going to be some jitters. There's going to be some playoff anxiety here. I think give me Herbert in this spot here versus the Chargers under the field goal. I'm going to be taking them on the money line. I'm going to be taking them pretty heavy. Bill, what's your take on this? I know you just stuck something in your mouth. Very good to leave and then come back with a mouthful. Excellent.
I love
Excellent.
the Chargers.
Chargers. So should I wait till you finish chewing to ask you why or no?
No, but you just said because of their nervous and everything. I mean, both quarterbacks, it's supposed to their first time.
Yeah, Herbert's got a lot more experience in the league, though. This isn't Herbert's a more experienced quarterback than Lawrence. Lawrence has literally only been thought of as good for like 4 weeks. Like literally all of a sudden this Trevor Lawrence Hall of Fame train has gone crazy.
For the past 20 years.
I mean, dude, he played the Titans last week and basically lost. He lost that game to Josh Dobbs. They did not win that game. They handed them a fucking fumble that they took back the other way. He looked like absolute dog shit in that game. Did he not? And that was the biggest game of his season. So I just don't understand how this spread isn't higher. That is, like Rackets said, the line is a little fishy. I would think the Chargers.
The line looks toward like it's.
The line is a little fishy. I'll give you that. I don't really weigh in the lines as much in the playoffs because I don't think there's as many fixes and rigs and traps and shit like that. But it is a little interesting. Evan, what's your take? Chargers, Jags.
I think the Jags could show out and beat the Chargers. I just don't think that the Chargers are as good as everybody makes them out to be. And Justin Herbert, he likes to choke a little bit.
Yeah, and both these teams, neither of them deserve to be playing at home.
I feel like they're the same team.
They're very similar. It's a perfect matchup because they are very similar. These are very similar teams with young quarterbacks who've choked a lot and showed flashes of brilliance at times. They have dynamic running games. They have a lot of weapons at receiver. Defenses are good but suspect in certain areas. I mean, it really is a very good matchup. I just don't see. The Jags.
Played this whole week and they looked like shit.
What's up?
They played this weekend. The Chargers basically played their whole team. They didn't look good. So I don't know. I'm on the Chargers too, but I don't love it.
Yeah, it's not. You can't be overly confident in this. The other Saturday game, which we'll talk about here, and then we'll go heavy into the Sunday games tomorrow on the show.
I just saw this real fast. The Dodgers released Bauer.
Mets and Yankees are out,
and they're going to pay him over $21 million just to release him.
I mean, these teams are so stupid for releasing him. It makes no sense. I don't know.
Why wouldn't the Mets go get him?
Why wouldn't anyone go get him?
I don't know. If New York media, maybe.
Everyone's worried about the fucking dude. That's all because of that picture. I mean, it's the girl literally asked him to beat the hell out of her. She's an S&M girl who likes to be choked out during sex, and because the picture came out, he's fucked forever. I mean, he's gonna have to go to imagine he goes to the Rangers. Imagine the Rangers go lock in Trevor Bauer and fucking land him with DeGrom. That's a nice place that he can go and just chill without the media pressure and all that.
And if the Bills and Chiefs play, it's going to be in Atlanta, which sucks because that should be an outside game.
Yeah.
Both teams are outside.
Yeah. I mean, listen, the NFL is a bunch of fucking idiots. But I don't hate dome games. They're kind of fun in the playoffs, especially with two teams like that, Bills and Chiefs. I mean, that's you want fireworks in that game. So at least we know we're not going to get.
That's basically a home game for the Chiefs, though. Who the fuck from Buffalo is going to go down to Atlanta?
I mean, Buffalo does travel insane, but yeah, that's not fair. That's basically
it's right next to fucking Kansas City.
It's not fair. It's right by Missouri. Yeah, that is definitely not fair. But what I will say is, if any two teams played that you don't want to see snow, it's Bills Chiefs. I want to see the 45-40 type game that we kind of got a glimpse of last year. So I'm actually okay with it in that situation. But we got another game here, 9.5, with the San Francisco 49ers. Rackets, how does this go? You got your Niners gear on. I'm assuming you have a strong take on this. Obviously, we all think the Niners win, but by how much?
This line has actually come down a little bit. It was 10.5 on Monday.
Surprisingly.
Yeah, I don't really know what that's about. I expect them to blow them out, man. 17-point win, but this line's telling me a little bit otherwise. Maybe it's a little bit closer than that, but you got basically a 10-point spread with a 42 total. So the spread did come down, but so did the total because the total was 43.5. So the 1 point on the spread and 1.5 points on the total.
Yeah, Bill, I think the luster has kind of come off the Geno Smith shine of late, right? He looked really great at the beginning of the year. He looked really good in the middle of the year. It hasn't looked great. These teams just played each other recently in Week 15. Don't even think it should have been as close as it was in that game with San Francisco win. Geno hasn't really been putting up numbers here, been averaging 14 points a game playing teams like the Rams and the Chiefs and stuff. But do they have a chance of hanging in this game?
I don't think Seattle could keep up with the scoring. Because that Niners defense will get stops.
Yeah.
Also, San Francisco, it looks like Kittle is back to form. He's catching a lot of balls. They're getting him involved. CMC is just out of his mind. Bro, that team's, they're stacked on offense. We'll just see how their quarterback operates in the playoffs.
Yeah.
They're stacked everywhere.
The weird thing you got to keep an eye on here is Kenneth Walker. This is a guy who I was a gigantic fan of, as you guys know. Said he's the best running back in football. Pretty much still stand by that he's the most talented running back in football. And after a lackluster game or two, 107, 133, 114 in his last 3 games.
That's not going to be enough.
No, but here's the problem. Walker didn't practice Wednesday. So I don't know where that came from. Let me see. Walker wasn't listed on Tuesday's estimated injury report, so his absence one day later is likely maintenance. Keep an eye on that. If that's just a day off, I don't know how you're giving a rookie a day off before San Fran. That seems like an interesting coaching decision. But keep an eye on Walker. If he's at all banged up, I mean, they're just going to get run out the fucking gym. Seattle's only chance is to pound it with Walker. And again, what was he, 12 for 47 against San Fran? It's like Bill said, it's not an easy team to just, keep running the ball on. You're going to fall behind real quick with a couple 3-and-outs. Yeah. Evan, what's your take on this game?
Niners are going to kill him.
Yeah, I think we're looking at some more.
Geno's overrated. His luster is it's off. It won't even be a competition.
It shouldn't be. We'll see how Brock Purdy handles it up. I mean, I think we're going to have some opportunities here, Rackets. I wouldn't mind a fucking alt line Niners minus 16.5, Bills minus 19.5 type thing there. Getting like plus 200 on both of those, jacking that up to plus 1,400. I think these are 20-point wins by both those teams.
Yeah, the Niners throttled them in Week 15, and that was in Seattle too. So, getting the home game, the Niners have playmakers everywhere, man. Every level of the defense, every position on offense, offensive line, you name it, they're better.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting Niners minus 16.5 plus 200. If you were to parlay that, if Skyler is the starting quarterback for Miami, they're going to get fucking mollywopped. Just putting this together now. You'd be looking at Bills minus 19.5. Yeah, you're looking at like plus 800 on Bills minus 19.5 and Niners minus 16.5. I think that's something I'm going to be dabbling in for sure. We'll cover the rest of the NFL slate tomorrow. We'll cover all the Sunday games and the Monday night game we'll touch on. Don't need to go heavy into it because we're going to have a show on Monday. But we'll cover the 3 NFL games in depth tomorrow, plus give you props and plays for the whole slate. I do want to give you a teaser that I need you to put out now. I wanted to do the money line parlay on these 3, but it's up to like minus 160. It's insane. So the teaser I'm going to give you right now, I think, did you delete it in there? Is
it's
it still
in the
there?
bottom. I'll put it back up.
All right, so here's the teaser. All right, I see it. So here's the teaser I want you guys to put in now. Do it on DraftKings because their odds are better for NFL teasers. And you will still get minus 120, I believe, on this. So if you go to DraftKings, let me just get out of this. Let me hedge out. Game lines. There we go. All right, so if you go to DraftKings, click on the Bills, click on the Niners, click on the Bengals. You'll click on the little gray thing there called teasers. It's hard to find. You guys know what a teaser is. And then go to 10-point teaser. It's minus 120. Whereas on FanDuel, it's 3.5 and it's minus 140. So do it on DraftKings. Do it before the line moves because they still have the Bills at 13, whereas other sites have it at 13.5. So you can still catch some push on the tees. We're going to go 10-point teaser, Niners, Bills, Bengals. Niners plus 0.5, Bengals plus 0.5, Bills minus 3, minus 120. Bill, we talked about it. These double-digit favorites cover like crazy in the playoffs. What'd you say the stat was?
8-0 on the spread.
8-0 on their last one. That's covering the spread. Yeah, we just need them to win.
It's a wild card era, yeah.
These are going to be romps, guys. These 3 games. Bengals will be the closer of the 3, but these are going to be romps. So feel free doing that. You could also do a 7-point teaser with these 2. Niners minus 2.5, Bills minus 6. So teasing is so popular in the NFL playoffs and so profitable in the NFL playoffs that they actually ban it at a lot of sports books in Vegas. They don't let you tease the playoffs. And then the final bet I'll give you guys, which you should have already. We have it plus 2,200 already. Then we hit it at, oh my God, almost lost my headphones. Then we hit it again, plus 1,600, I believe. The Bengals are still plus 850 to win the Super Bowl. Get that in now. I think the Bengals make it through the AFC and win the championship. We'll talk more about futures on tomorrow's show too. Let's get out of here. Nothing else to talk about. No reason to ramble, just to fill the time. Evan Hand, final words.
We'll see you tomorrow. Tune in, 2:05.
2:05. All right. Joey Rackets, final words.
Rupp and Rackets, 5:30 today. Yeah, Thursday. Today's Thursday.
See, days are tough with no football.
I have no idea.
We came full circle. I said I don't know what day it is, and Rackets
no fucking idea. Today's Thursday.
There we go. We just closed the loop. Bill Rupp, final words.
2 things. Tonight, Lakers, Mavs. Everyone's going to be like, holy Christ, they're going to go nuts on these props. Watch out, guys. It's part of the FanDuel second game of the TNT game. I think that I would expect that game to be like 125 to 130 something, but who the hell knows with these Thursday night games?
If FanDuel's offering you money back on your bets of $250, trust me, there's something up.
Watch out on that game. And we are less than a month away from NASCAR. My favorite thing. So February 5th, the first race is at the LA Coliseum. They're changing the LA Coliseum into a track.
Wow.
It'll be interesting to see. And then we go right into Daytona. So Trevor and I will be all over that. Me and Goat. So join up for us for that. We killed NASCAR.
Yeah, we destroyed NASCAR better than anyone. Goat and Bill do a great job with the shows and with the picks. I bet phenomenal NASCAR coverage here. And we'll have some new stuff coming out starting probably February, March too, where Bill and Trevor may be doing a little podcast, a little newsletter. We don't know where it's in the works right now. A lot of new changes coming over the next 2 months here at 4deepbets.com. Get over to 4deepbets.com. Go there. You can still use promo code VIP20. VIP20 gets you 20% off. Get in. Come fuck around. We are going to be slaying the NFL playoffs this weekend. I promise you we will have more bets than any other site in America. Bill, is that a fair statement? There won't be any site in America who has more bets for the NFL playoffs this weekend. And there won't be any site in America who has more live bets than any in America. And there won't be any other site in America who has more of the heads of the company and content providers on a microphone with you while the games are going on than we will this weekend. So get in there, check it out. College basketball, NHL, tennis.
I think over the weekend we were in the chat the whole weekend.
We were in from noon, I think, Saturday all the way into Monday. Yeah. And I took off for like 7 hours, and then you jumped in those 7 hours. So we covered the whole entire thing. Drunken and erase your face for Bill Rupp.
Hold on, we got to see that.
Why whenever I'm trying to do something cool,
you wanted to get we forgot to talk about the college football game real fast.
Well, we'll talk about it tomorrow now.
Well, no, that's why I said
now. It's 3:01.
That's why I said it led into Monday, which was the worst college football final I've ever seen in my life.
Which we will lead with tomorrow and tell you our thoughts on the college football.
No, I'm done with it now. I'm not talking.
Now we're done with it. All right, we just talked about it. It's over. Bill, just shut up. For Bill Rupp.
Hold on, Tommy. Also, I got
Evan Hand. I am Tommy G. Good luck. Stay cashing, motherfucker.
Hold on, but
Find out what Bill has to say on Rupp and Rackets at 5:30. Shut the fucking video off, Evan.
Let's go. Hold on, I got something else to say.